Hello and welcome to Zero Cool Gaming, and today, well, I'm going to be doing a software review. Um, Software is something that I've never really been good with. That is a definite. It's not that I haven't had to learn software over the years, I certainly have, but I've never been really good with software in that respect. Not too bad at playing games. I mean, I've played lots of those on several different types of systems. But when it comes to the actual software that computers can run and the different types of things that you can learn, for the most part, I've been pretty limited. I've only actually had to learn like 4 different software or programs throughout my life for my jobs. And ever since I started doing this, I'm actually using several programs. Some of them are easy. They get more difficult as we go. And at this point, I'm learning some pretty difficult software, but I'm getting there. So we'll start with what I started with for this, business. I started with this recording software, just recording my video games. And it comes with the hardware. You just download it off their website. It detects the hardware and you download what you need. This software does have some, quirks about it, like most software I'm sure does have quirks about it. But for the most part, it works fine. I've been using it for like 3 years, so I've learned all the different settings for it and where they should be at for what I'm doing. So it hasn't been a bad software. This is actually Windows Voice Recorder, and I use that. It's not a bad program. It does what I need it to, so I can't really complain. It was free. I use this for adjusting the sounds and the mic and to give some control over the mic. I've been using this for about 6 months. I'm still learning what all the different functions do and how to use the different inputs. But I'm getting better at it, and I've probably learned about 3/4 of everything this thing can do so far. So not too bad. Then we have the Power Director. This program I got about a year ago, and I started learning it, and I'm still learning it today. It is pretty basic. I can see that at some point here, probably within the next 3 or 4 months, I'm going to actually outgrow this program and I'll need a more advanced program to do all the things that I'm wanting to do, one that gives me more options than this does. But this is a good program. I haven't had any problems with it. It does everything that I wanted it to do. It was like $100, and I'll probably get about a year's worth of use out of it before I need to get something that's a little more advanced. It probably costs a little more, but that's kind of how this goes. Is that all of those? I think so. Yeah. So what I'm learning right now is Paint Tools Psi. And there is a version 2 to this as well. And basically what this is it allows you to create a character, and you do that by creating multiple layers. I know that's kind of hard to explain, but basically the more layers that you create in order to make your image, the more customizable it will be, and the more control over movement you will have. So for instance, right now, the way that I'm doing this, I've got like 40 plus layers just to the face and head. And by doing it within that, or excuse me, by doing this with so many different layers, it will allow me to have a lot of control over the movement and how it functions. And I'll probably need more layers, to be honest with you. I might have to have 100 layers to a face. I know that sounds pretty crazy, but that's kind of what I'm learning right now. The more layers you have, the more control you have. That's basically what it amounts to. And this is kind of giving you an example of that. These are the different types of layers that I'm talking about, and of course I'm actually talking about a lot more than this on top of this. These are some pretty advanced programs. They really are. There's a lot you can do with them, and there's a lot that I have to learn. But I'm getting there. It'll probably be another 3 or 4 months before I have a character that's completely built. And then I can work on putting it from paint tools into, or paint tools, paint tool size, into live 2D. Paint tool size is a one-time purchase. It's like $50, so it's not bad. When it comes to live 2D, it's a service program, kind of like Norton Utilities is now, and there's a bunch of programs are going to these service things. It really annoys me. I find it more irritating than anything else because you can't actually own the product anymore. You're just buying you can use our product for this long. I don't like that. Never have. But anyway, you buy this for 3 years. It's $89. That's not bad, I guess. I know I'll be using it for at least 3 years before I grow out of it. So that's not a bad thing. And the same thing with the paint tool SAI. It's going to take at least 2 to 3 years for me to learn everything that's in this and actually need something more advanced than what this is. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. And the same thing with this live 2D. It'll be 3 years before I need anything more advanced than this. And then the last thing that I'd be working on, which I'm not even there yet, is actually face rig and figuring out how to, after you created your avatar and created all the movements for the avatar, linking it to a face rig program so that it'll work and function when you talk and move, that sort of thing. It's a lot of work. It really is. But I'm watching tutorials and I'm working through the tutorials. And then I follow along with my program as they're going through it. And then I go back and I try to do it on my own without the tutorial. And I keep doing that until I learn what I'm doing. It takes a while, but I'm getting there. It'll be pretty cool when I get it done. It's just kind of the projects and the things that I'm learning to do currently, and the programs that I've learned so far in that respect. And I know that this is a constantly evolving process, don't get me wrong. And I'll constantly need newer and more expensive programs as I go along, and as I get better and better at this. So yeah, I would say currently I probably put $500 total into programs that I use for this business. And I'll probably easily need to put double that in over the next 10 years. Which isn't bad. I mean, $1,500 total. That's not bad. For, maybe 10 years worth of learning. Or 10 years worth of programs. So, it could be worse. It could absolutely be worse in that respect. But I'll probably have that kind of cost for as long as I do this. If I do it for 20 years, I'll probably have $25,000, maybe $3,000 worth of cost for programs. Anyway, that's my rant for the day, and I hope you enjoy the rest of yours.